NFL draft was the big topic this week, as it typically is.
Can I need to do it. I was in Nashville, Tennessee for the draft. Do you know why that's important?
Why is that?
They had the number 1 draft pick. So I'm looking out my window, looking at the stadium that's lit up.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
What's going on there? So we were a 20-minute walk away. I was there for the first pick for Cam
Ward. Yep.
Cam Ward.
Yep.
The place blew up. It was so much. Shout out to Tennessee for that.
Hope sells, man. Hope sells.
That's great.
Tyleik Williams. And I bring him up not because of, obviously because of the Lions drafting him, not because of any physical issues with Tyleik Williams. The big banter around town was, this is another Alim McNeill type. And, quote, you won't have Alim McNeill until Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever it is. I wanted to revisit the Alim McNeill thing, and Spenny's got some footage of the knee injury that he'll be able to run. But it's just, Doc, for whatever reason, with Alim McNeill's knee injury, there seems to be kind of almost like a doom and gloom type feeling around it, that it's, quote, taking so long, or he's not going to be back till Thanksgiving, and Tyleik Williams has to step in and replace it. This was week 15 of last year when Alim McNeill got hurt. So I guess, Doc, my question would be to you, what can we expect? And I understand with Alim McNeill, because we've talked about it in the past. You've literally talked about it on this show during this segment.
Right.
The weight situation with Alim, and he dropped a ton of weight. And when he did, he really took off. The recovery process, the getting back to playing football process for Alim McNeill, given what's happened in the past, what do you anticipate? Is that an extra? I don't want to call it a risk, but it's an extra hurdle to clear, right?
Concern factor.
Concern factor. Boom. There you go.
So it's a concern factor of what's going on. He's gone through how many injuries did he have? He had one before that.
He's had a couple, yeah.
Yeah, he's had a few.
Yeah. So, and this is a major one. This is probably his biggest one with the knee injury. And do you put on weight when you're not able to fully work out? Yes. Will weight play a role? Yes. Will maturity, education play a role in the positive? Yeah, let's spin this to the glass half full. We got a guy who knows he's not at the beginning of his career. He's past the middle. He's on the back nine. He needs to reassure himself of what's going on. This is a hard recovery for a lineman his size to come back from. To talk about weight, when we talk about weight, pressure on the knees, every pound that you're overweight is 4 to 6 times more pressure on you on those knees and hips. So when he's 50 pounds overweight, that's 200 pounds more of pressure. And you can, it wasn't like an, oh my gosh, obvious injury. So you can see, we already know the result. He's the ACL injury.
Right.
So it wasn't that much contact, all that. It's more about his recovery and commitment. When we talk about ACL injuries in high-end professional athletes, we're looking at 4, if not 6 months of return. He's already passing those time frames. So why is that? It could be his size, could be his motivation. We can't do everything. He can be in the water right now. He should be doing water exercises. There's a lot he can be doing right now to offset some of that weight.
And this is some of the footage of his rehab that he is going through right now. And I guess the question is, Doc, look, the ACL, and when we hear it, we always hear about the advances in technology and stuff like that. Could this recovery time shed some light on maybe the severity of it? When you're talking a year, it was week 15. If he does come back around Thanksgiving, you're talking a year.
9 months. 10 months. Okay, yes. So when we talk, not to repeat, but 4 to 6 months is classic. Is it more severe? A tear is a tear, right? You're talking JMO, complete tear. Does he have we haven't heard anything about his meniscus. Everything gets shredded a little bit, but, for cleanup, for recovery, for his age, for his size, they're putting in extra factors. But the other thing is, they're giving us an extended amount of time, right? Nobody knows. I think they're giving the most time needed to the media right now. So you're like, not at 6 months. Why is he not here? They don't want those questions anymore. If he comes back early, you're excited, right? If he's coming back late, you're a little pissy.
So there's some PR in this now. We've got to that age where there's some PR in the. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
You got control of the media and expectations. Yes.
Okay.
So, is it still in that 6 month time frame? No. Is it under 9 months? I don't see this. Should not go longer than 9 months. Then you got to worry about the surgical repair. Then you got to worry about his motivation. You got to worry about setbacks. I haven't heard anything about infections or any type of setbacks. So this is purely guessing and giving him a benefit of the doubt of time, because nobody's going to argue with you. And when we're in those rooms, nobody argues with he's coming back early. They always argue with why did you say that? You're going back on your word. You know, there's just less questions to answer when it's I recovered quicker. Good for you.
D-Mac, how monotonous is it? Like that, because you came back from a pretty serious injury, one of the worst that they say.
I've had 3 of them, sport injury, and one was torn off the bone.
How monotonous is it? How boring is it?
It is. So that's why the like Doc and the therapists and whoever you spend the most time with, brought up memories when you're saying, "Oh, I know who you're talking about," and absolutely, we spend hours together. So it's about who's motivated. You'll have good days, you'll have bad days. Again, it's making sure that you try to avoid the setbacks the most, right? So pushing it and stuff like that, there's a different point. And as an athlete, I want to push it as soon as possible. Yeah. And it's trusting that somebody knows that, to make me understand, okay, we can do that, but if you do that, this is what we're risking. Where if we do it this way, I can guarantee you that there's 95% we can get you back here. The object is to get back the quickest. With this situation, I think you're both onto something with this far. What's the rush? Let's make sure that it's done correctly. And maybe there was a couple little setbacks or a couple little days here and there or weeks where you didn't progress. Because, Doc, this is things that happen. It's not. You don't just recover like this. No, you recover like this, and there's a plateau and a peak and stuff like that. So a lot of it, Neil, is that this is why the most important is don't tell me what, tell me who you're getting your treatment, your care, and everything from. So that's why, with Michigan Sports and Spine and Doc, it's a trusting source.
Yeah, I mean, with Mac, it was more holding him back. So they may be seeing when he's exercising some extra swelling, a little irritation, a little slowing down. So there might be early signs in his recovery that's not as perfect. Like Hutch is moving smoothly. He is probably more linear recovery than McNeill's going. So, yeah, I mean there's a lot of factors. It's not like, oh, today I'm gonna be better than yesterday. No, you can overdo it. You can twist it. You've slept wrong. You came out of the bed wrong. I mean there's a lot of real life factors. But as opposed to our super chat guy, I mean, he's got a whole team of people to watch it. When my patients have those setbacks, it's a week or two, and then they can't get in, and then others. It's just you want the best team available for you, and it's not always the institutional people.
Next week, Doc, people want to talk about Javi's hip. So I'll give the people what they want. So I'll get you some info, and we can get that one set up. I have one other. We got about 3 minutes left here, Doc.
Okay.
There he is, Javi Mays. Javi Mays, clearly the same catch. Here's one from me, Doc, in my mid-40s, and it's been a tough couple years, all right? It's been a tough couple years just where I've noticed the slowdown. And
wait till you get another decade.
Well, Doc, like, I pride myself on someone who's in pretty good shape, run a lot, all that kind of stuff, try to make good eating decisions, all that. This year, I've noticed as we get back to springtime and get back to being outside and I'm playing soccer with my kids or throwing passes to my daughter for flag football stuff and all that stuff, I've noticed a decided decline. I've noticed it on the golf course, like this year in particular. Just in turn, you know what I'm saying? Like the pull of the muscles, everything. I've noticed it, Doc. I can see it. I feel it.
Yeah. It's like every year, even with the guys that are coming back every year from spring to getting into camp and doing, it's a little bit slower. You're not. Fortunately,
It's over, Doc.
You're not.
It's over.
There's nothing like medically wrong. It's the body responding. It's the body being a year older. It's your collagens. It's your elasticity. Everything just needs a little more help. You know, nutritionally, like you said, you were a heavy individual.
Yes.
So there was probably a big change in you there, and your body's readjusting. You've now been. How long have you been your thinner self?
Oh yeah, about 5 years.
Yeah. So you're climbing into a new set of standards for your body, right? It's not you had a big delta. Now you're used to what you've been used to the last couple of years. But if we took you from 5 years ago to today, you're still ahead of the game, right?
Yeah.
So right now, I think you just need to be more cautious and respectful to the body. The nutritional part, hydration, is really underestimated. You know, like when you say the muscles need to be fed, like headaches or like pressures.
We underestimate hydration because I feel like I was
you absolutely
even
do.
up until
Proper
lately.
hydration.
Yes.
Like you're doing the electrolyte thing. That's great. So there's a balance, and there's a balance to each individual. So I would just say don't fight it, because I'm a couple decades on you.
Okay.
And it's happening to me. Like honestly, my story is I kayak I'm a big kayaker, like 5 days a week.
All right.
I went yesterday. There was a little extra wind. I was sore when I got back. I'm like, I have to, get myself out of the kayak, so I got to do a muscle move. And I was like the kayak slid under me because I didn't do it so so accurately. So everybody has it. You have to recognize it and not push through it. Your mental is there, but you got to be respectful of your body. There's nothing wrong with you. You just need to be
Attention
a
sports
little bit
fans,
more
don't miss
tuned
out
to a
on
little bit
Expert
extra.
Sports Injury Insight with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.